Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to our LakePoint Junior High online family experience. My name is Pastor Ethan and I'm so excited that you are participating online today with your family. Today is an incredible, exciting, absolutely amazing day. Why? Well, we are now offering LakePoint Junior High online and on-site starting today. We made the announcement last week and we are so excited to be able to offer junior high in person in both of our Sunday gatherings. Now, if you and your family are enjoying the comforts of your home and haven't made it back on site together, no problem. You can still participate online every week just like you've been doing. Our on-site and online content is going to be the exact same. And so no one, whether you're on-site or online, no one is missing out. I'm super pumped. I can't wait to see you if you choose to join us in person. Also, since we're celebrating this morning, for those of you who just started grade 8 this fall, congrats! You made it to your very last year of elementary school. Enjoy one final year before you head off to high school. And because this is your grade 8 year, I want to personally invite you to join us in person at LakePoint Youth on Friday nights. You've got this entire school year to come out and give it a try with your friends as you transition out of elementary school and into high school and out of LakePoint Junior High and into LakePoint Youth. Parents, I'd love to talk more about what this could look like for your grade 8 student. And so on the screen right below is my cell number. Feel free to reach out anytime. All right, let me tell you what you can expect for today's family interactive experience. You're about to experience some friendly family competition. We're gonna continue on in our teaching series titled FAM, and then we're gonna end today with some family discussion. Now, before we get into all of that amazingness, I would love if you would take the next 60 seconds to fill out our online connection card. You can find it right on the LakePoint app. And what I love about the connection card is it serves as LakePoint's guest book. And so whether you're watching for the first time today or you've been watching for a while, we would love for you to sign our guest book this morning. It's also a great way for us to stay connected. And it provides you with an opportunity to sign up and see our current and upcoming campaigns and initiatives here at the church. So let's take the next 60 seconds and fill out the form together.
In 3, 2, 1.
Thanks so much for completing that and signing our guest book. Now, as we dive into our family interactive experience today, let me ask you just one question. How many of you have ever had cereal before? Okay, I'm guessing everyone has their hand raised or everyone is saying, yes, of course, Pastor Ethan, I've had cereal before. Who hasn't? It's such a common breakfast food and it's absolutely delicious. My all-time favorite breakfast cereal ever is Raisin Bran, okay? Now you may think I'm crazy, but I love it. I mean, the person who put bran flakes and sugar-coated raisins together in one delicious breakfast meal, I mean, they are completely geniuses. So, in today's competition, together with your family, we are going to compete, and it involves breakfast cereal. All right, well, we are about to see who has the greatest engineering and balancing skills in your family. For today's competition, you are going to go and get whatever kind of cereal you have in the pantry. Any cereal will work. And what you're going to do is you're going to build a freestanding cereal tower. The winning family member will be the one who has the tallest tower. So, press pause right now, raid the cupboards for the best stacking cereal you can find, and see who will be ranked the ultimate cereal stacking engineer of your family. All right, congrats to our ultimate cereal stacking engineer champions. Now, for the chance to win a prize, take the next minute or two and capture a photo of the whole family participating together and post it in our Facebook group. The prize this week is a Tim Hortons gift card for students. And for the parents, we have an incredible parenting resource that I trust will be super helpful for you. Once you've done that, jump back to the video as we move into our teaching series titled FAM.
In the animal kingdom, gorillas often greet each other with a hug. Certain species of penguins propose to their partner with a pebble. Female lions do all the hunting for their family. Orcas live with their parents their whole lives. While every family is different and every family is unique, the truth is, they're still our fam.
Well, we are in week 4, the final week of the series that's all about family. Today, we're going to take a look at this truth. Sometimes friends are more like family. Sometimes we're so close to our friends that they feel more like they're part of our family. And we're going to discover that sometimes that's exactly what we need. A close friend. You see, oftentimes our family situation is different than what we feel is a normal family. Maybe that's because we don't have the kind of family that everyone else has. Maybe it's because the family we have isn't the family we want. Or maybe we don't have a family, or the family that we're with isn't the family that we came from. And so when our family doesn't fit what we think the ideal family should be, we can often feel alone. And in these moments, it's so great to have a friend who feels more like family, someone to lean on and count on when we're feeling alone. So let's learn more about this idea together. Let's check out week 4 of our series titled FAM.
No, Tamika. LOL does not mean lots of love. That's my best friend, Tamika. We've known each other since we were 10 years old, and we've been best friends ever since. She really feels like more of a sister to me. How many of you have a best friend who knows all about your secrets? Somebody you spend all your free time with. Somebody who lets you play all their video games first, or borrow your clothes before they even wear them. Somebody you can call when you're in trouble or feeling down. Somebody who sees your family fight. Somebody who helps themselves to the food in your house. Somebody who's on your family text thread. A friend like that? Well, sometimes they feel more like family, don't they? For the last few weeks, we've been in this series about family called FAM. And each week, we've spent time talking about different things about our families that impact our lives, for better or for worse. And while family is a really important thing to talk about, I know that for some of you, this whole series may feel a little off. You've been here for the last few weeks, and all you've thought about is the fact that your family situation is different. For some of you, this is because you feel like you don't have the kind of family everyone else has. Maybe you only have one parent in your life. Maybe your dad is a mess and you aren't allowed to see him, or your mom left and you have no idea where she is. Or maybe you're adopted, and even though that's awesome, you feel like it makes your family different. For others of you, you're struggling because the family you have isn't the family you want. You wish your mom didn't work all the time and that she spent more time with you, or that your dad would care a little bit more about what's going on in your life. Maybe you wish your older siblings weren't so mean, or maybe that you actually had siblings to begin with. Maybe your family is dealing with secrets people don't even know about. Things like addiction, or abuse, or cheating, or divorce. And when you see families in your neighborhood, or go to your friends' houses, all you can think is, man, I wish my family was more like them. I kind of even wish they were my family. Or maybe you're struggling to talk about family because you don't have one. Sure, you come from a family of some kind, but for whatever reason, you're not with them anymore. Maybe your parents passed away when you were younger. Or maybe they got into trouble and they can't take care of you anymore. Or maybe you've never even met them at all. You've been in someone else's care for as long as you can remember. And because of any of those reasons, you live with an aunt and uncle, or grandparents, or neighbors, or foster parents, or friends. And even though you may have adults in your life who care about you, you still struggle because you know they aren't the fam you came from. They aren't the fam you thought you'd have, the kind everybody else seems to have. The truth is, talking about family can be hard because for so many of us, family doesn't look the way we thought it would look. We think other families are so perfect or so much better or have it all together, but for whatever reason, that's not the kind of family we got. And honestly, that can make us feel completely and totally alone. If you're feeling that way about your family situation right now, let me just stop and encourage you with this. You're not the only one. In fact, that's a feeling a lot of us felt about our families, not just today, but even thousands of years ago. In the Bible, there's actually a story about two guys who were dealing with complicated family situations that I think can help us here. These guys were named David and Jonathan. Neither of them had typical home lives. David didn't live with his family. He left them when he was called to work for Saul, the king of Israel. And who was Saul? Well, he was actually Jonathan's dad. As they lived and worked together, Jonathan and David became close friends. Now at first, this was no big deal because Saul, Jonathan's dad, loved David. But over time, things changed. As king, Saul wanted to be seen as the greatest, most powerful, and most beloved leader in Israel. But David's popularity started to grow. And to make matters worse, God actually appointed David to be the next king, a plan that Saul didn't love. As a result, Saul actually began to hate David, and I mean really hate him. So much so that Saul plotted to kill David. To save himself, David had to flee and go into hiding, narrowly avoiding being murdered by Saul a few times. See what I mean? Both Jonathan and David were in family situations they didn't necessarily want or expect. David lived apart from his family, and Jonathan was dealing with a dad who was actually trying to murder his best friend. That might be enough to leave both guys feeling completely and totally alone. But you know what? Because they had each other, they didn't feel alone. These two guys formed a friendship that was more like a brotherhood. They were the kind of friends who helped each other out, stuck with each other no matter what, and they protected each other. The kind of friends who became like fam, you know? Their friendship is described like this. And Jonathan made a solemn pact with David because he loved him as he loved himself. I love the story of David and Jonathan for a lot of reasons, but the main one is because I think it shows us this. Sometimes friends are more like family. Like I said, not all families look the same. And sometimes, like for Jonathan and David, you find yourself in a situation where other people in your life feel more like family than the people you're actually related to. Your friends, their parents, a coach, a teacher, your group leader, or even other members in your group. Sometimes God puts people in our lives to act like family. Maybe you don't realize this, but that's even a part of what we do each week here at church. We act as the family of God. We support and encourage each other because that's what God calls us to do. He created us to do life with each other, like a family. Even when he was on earth, Jesus had friends who became like family. His disciples, his closest friends and followers became the people he did everything with. They were as close as family. And as believers, they became a part of the family of God. And it's the same thing God offers us. Whether this is the first time you've ever been here or you attend every single week, I want you to know that you have family here. People who will support, love, and encourage you. Maybe your family at home is awesome. Or maybe your family doesn't look the way you hoped it would. Maybe you have no family at all. No matter what your situation is, you have this family, the family of God, to walk with you through this life. Because remember what I said earlier, sometimes friends are more like family. Maybe you're sitting here thinking, yes, totally. I know exactly who the people in my life are that love and treat me like family. I know who makes up my fam outside my family. If that's you, great. One of the best things you can do this week is to let that person or people know that you appreciate them. Send them a text, write them a note, or give them a shout out online. Thank them for making you feel like fam, and let them know that you want to do the same for them. You want to be their fam too. Or maybe you're sitting here thinking, that all sounds great, and I wish I had those people in my life, but honestly, I don't feel like I know who they are or where I'd find them. If that's you, then I'd say this. Bring more people into your circle. Think bigger than just the people that you're close to right now. Think about who else is speaking into your life. Someone you can trust. Maybe it's a teacher, coach, a friend's parent, or your group leader. Maybe there are a few people in your group you know you can lean on or trust to be your fam. Identify at least one person you know could be more like family and include them in more parts of your life. Spend time with them. Ask them to hang out. Open up to them about what's going on in your life. Psst. Your small group leader is a great person to invite. I promise you that it's worth it because bringing more people into your life will expand your fam. And sometimes friends are more like family. One of the best parts about following Jesus is that we gain a family. The church and your group become like a second home, a place where we can be safe, be heard, be known, and be loved. That's how God designed it to be. He knew that life wouldn't always be easy, that we would need each other. My hope is that your group will be that for you, a place where you can belong and be loved, a place where you find your fam. Because sometimes friends are more like family. Now, as you head to group, I want you to think about this question. Who is a friend in your life that could be a part of your fam? Oh, Tamika. She cracks me up.
What I love about today's video is that if you feel like your family is different, you're not alone. I even feel like my family is different. But when we feel this way, we can often feel alone. We feel like there's no one else who's experienced what we're experiencing. We feel like we don't have anyone who we can talk to. We feel like no one's out there who can understand what we're facing. And that can be something that's tough to navigate through. But as we learned today in our teaching video, that's where our friends come in. You see, sometimes friends are more like family. And so if you feel like you have a friend that feels more like family, let them know that you appreciate them. The next time you see them, say something like, I love how we're so close. I appreciate that you feel more like family. If you don't feel like you have friends that feel more like family, bring more people into your circle. Identify one person that you can include in more parts of your life. Maybe that's a best friend at school. Maybe it's someone in your small group. Maybe it's someone who just moved into your neighborhood. So, who is a friend in your life that could be part of your family? Let's talk about it today during our discussion time. Parents, this is where we are going to turn things over to you. In a moment, you'll see some questions on your screen. And so grab the remote and press pause for as long as you need to create meaningful discussions with your student. Remember, these discussion questions are just a guide, and so feel free to reword them or rephrase them in a way that engages your student best. After you've completed the discussion questions or felt like you've had a meaningful discussion, jump back on the video for some closing remarks. Thanks for a great week at junior high, everyone. Remember to post in our junior high Facebook group your photo of your family participating today for the chance to win some prizes. If you aren't on Facebook, you can just email me at ethan@lakepoint.church and I'll make sure you get added into the draw. Now, to close our time this morning, take the next 2 minutes to pray together as a family, and then head to the LakePoint app to access our weekday devotionals that go along with our series. You'll find those in the Family Resources section right on the main page of the app. Have a wonderful week, friends. We will see you next week.